a Christian private university in Central Virginia. We have a large university, we have a large residential population, but then we have a very large online population as well. We have around between 18 and 19,000 any given year in the School of Education alone. And so we've got lots of completers from undergraduate programs all the way through doctoral programs.
And we started by forming committees, like Standard 1 committee, Standard 2 committee. And then we started to try to get faculty buy-in, even staff. Many of our staff are involved in the process with data information and so forth, making sure that, the first thing is that our key assessments, they were structurally sound. And we do have a large population of students. So we would start by, okay, let's do this group, do a pilot for it. Then if it worked well, then we're going to simulate that in the other classes and expand and so forth. So it was really just trying to make sure that we started early with our planning and our implementation. So then again, like, okay, we can start this residentially, then we're going to move it to our online students and so forth.
We were able to, really see those different areas, within the ethnicity, gender, all of that was kind of captured a lot within those online programs. And we do offer the Bachelor's of Education, the same exact program that we have residentially online. And so we've got both of those programs between our bachelor's and our master's of teaching, along with our administration and reading and math specialists, advanced program school counseling. And so I think that really kind of helped broaden what we needed there as far as those other areas.
We have our student teacher supervisors that get very close. They do a lot, even with our online students, they'll do Teams meetings and so forth. So then we get our student teacher supervisors to try to make sure, okay, once this completer gets through, or once this candidate gets through student teaching and they're out in the field, how can we continue to communicate with them? So we have offered a specific system, that's our impact study, where once they're in the field, they do some specific assessments, they get observations from their evaluation system in the field that we're able to use. So we've done a number of things to try to, again, approach that from multiple ways. So it's working with our candidates specifically from relationships that they formed with their professors, their supervisors, and then also with our partners, and making sure that we have the induction study where it's a specific targeted partner that has, one of them is local, so we have more candidates in that area.
I just think there's value in continuing to look at everything we're doing from a big lens, because yes, we just finished, but if we want to make changes, now's the time to do it. You don't suddenly, we adopted EdTPA probably 2-3 years before we began collecting data. So let's say we were going to make a change away from that. This is the moment we have to do that, right? Before we get close to those cycles of data. So I think that's one of the biggest reasons we're not going to the sessions necessarily on how to write our self-study. We're going to the sessions to see what's innovative, what's new in the field, what should we be looking at, what are all the other schools doing, and how maybe should we adopt that into our program while we're in that moment where we can make changes.